Hello! In this video, we're going to review some of the features of the Cambium testing system that you'll be using to take your STAAR or EOC test. When you're all finished watching this video, answer the questions in the scavenger hunt assignment in Canvas. If you're working with a partner, you can have this video up on one device and the Cambium practice site up on the other so that you can click on the features as I'm showing them to you. But when the video is over, each person should complete their own assignment for the scavenger hunt. You should be logged into the Cambium practice system. You'll notice that you have a split screen with the reading passage on the left and the questions on the right. Depending on your grade level, your STAAR or EOC test can have between 6 to 9 passages. All of the questions associated with the passage will be in numbered tabs in the upper right of the screen. So you can see all of these questions, numbered 1 through 10, go along with this passage. Once you answer a question, click on the next number to go to the next question. You can see that there is a green check mark by the questions I have answered. The green check mark means you have answered the question. Because you can click on the tabs, you can skip questions and come back to them. But make sure you go back and answer all of the questions associated with the passage. If you get to the last question and you go to move to the next passage, you will get a warning saying that you have not completed answering all the questions associated with that passage. So you should go back and make sure you answer all questions before moving to the next passage. Once you've answered all the questions for a passage, then use the next arrow in the upper left of the screen to move to the next passage. Before you can answer any questions about a passage, though, you need to read the passage. So let's look at some of the tools that will help you understand the passage before you start answering the questions. If you are on an iPad, you can use your finger to scroll and read the passage. If you're on a computer, you can use your arrows or the scroll bar to help you see the entire passage. There is also an arrow that will expand out the passage. You can see there, clicking that arrow makes the passage bigger, which would make it easier for you to read. In our warm-up activity, we looked at 4 resources which can help you when you're reading a passage: a dictionary, a line ruler, pencil and scratch paper, and a highlighter. The Cambium system also has these resources available to use on your iPad or computer. They're found in the upper right corner. We're going to take a quick look at what these tools do, and then you'll have some time to be able to explore them yourself. First, let's do the dictionary. When you click on the dictionary button, a pop-up comes up, which is an online dictionary. There is a space where you can type a word. So let's say in my passage I wanted to know what replica meant. I would type the word replica exactly how it is in the passage, hit the dictionary button, and the definition comes up for me. Let's look up one more. Let's say I want to know what the word stupendously means. I'm going to type it exactly how it is in the passage. I'm going to click the dictionary button and the definition comes up. You can see stupendously has an ly at the end, which is a suffix, but the word stupendous came up, which helps me understand what stupendously means. You can also click on the little blue speaker to hear the words said aloud. And when you are finished, click on the X in the upper right of the dictionary pop-up. The next tool we're going to look at is the notepad. The icon for that is right next to the dictionary. When you click it, a blank space comes up in which you can type whatever notes you want. This is not a question or an essay or anything like that. It is simply a place for you to keep notes while you are reading, much like you would when you're annotating a passage. You can jot down little summaries of what you're reading. You can make notes of things that you notice or that you think might be important. You can keep track of words that you don't know. Anything you want. This is not part of your test. You are not graded on this notepad. It is simply to act like a pencil pencil and paper for you to take notes while you're reading. And you can come back to it as long as you hit the Save and Close button. It will save what you type. The next tool we're going to look at is the line reader. That acts like a ruler to help you keep track of what line you are reading. You can see once I clicked it, that blue line came across. I can scroll down through my passage using my arrow keys, by tapping on my screen, or by using the mouse if you're on a computer. But that can just help you keep your place, especially when a passage has a lot of text. When you're done using the line reader, just click the icon again and it goes away. The last tool we're going to look at is the highlighter tool. That little circle next to the arrow is where you access that. You can see I'm clicking on it now and nothing is happening. That's because I don't have any text selected. Use your mouse or your finger to highlight text. Then you can click on the highlighter tool and you have options to highlight that section. And you can choose what color you want to highlight it in. This acts kind of like the notepad in helping you keep track of important information while you're reading a passage or story. You can highlight main ideas, supporting evidence, important plot elements, whatever you would like to keep track of. And then if you want to remove it, there is a remove option to make the highlighting go away. When you're finished reading your passage, click the arrow to shrink the expansion back so that you can see the questions. Now you're ready to answer your questions. Before we wrap up this video, I want to touch on the essay question. Every single grade level and every STAAR or EOC will have one essay question where you're expected to write a multi-paragraph essay. We don't know what question number it will be or where in the test it will fall, but it will be there. So how do you know it's the essay question and not a short response or something else? Well, in the instructions for the question, it will say, write a well-organized essay. This is why it's really important to read all the words in the question so you know when you're expected to write a multi-paragraph essay. The words above that sentence will tell you what the essay is to be about. You will write your essay in the large text box that is below the question. The text box looks just like the same text box for the short answer question or for the revising and editing sentence questions. So the way you know it's the essay is from the instructions and the way the question looks. So please don't get confused and think that all text boxes are essays or that all text boxes are short responses. The text box looks the same. You have to read the question instructions to know what you're being asked. And I'm sure your teachers have gone over this, but this kind of essay answer is not going to be acceptable. 1 or 2 or 3 sentences is not a multi-paragraph essay. Your multi-paragraph essay should include an introduction, it should have a conclusion, it should have multiple paragraphs in between that explain your ideas in response to the prompt. A good essay will make claims that show that you understand what the prompt is asking, will provide specific text evidence to back up those claims that you make, and will show your reasoning as to why you chose the evidence you did to support the claims that you made. All of these things work together to make a good essay response. All of the questions have a little feature here in the upper right of the question which provides you a tutorial. Tutorial just means it helps you understand what kind of question you are being asked and what you are supposed to do in response to that question. So be sure if you get confused and you're not sure what to do, you click that little circle and read the instructions on the screen. They will guide you through how you are supposed to answer. Students with documented content and language supports will notice that their passages and questions have some additional features in addition to the ones that we showed in this video. If you notice that a word has a box around it, if you click or tap on that word, you'll get a pop-up that gives you some additional information about that word that could help you in your understanding. They won't be able to be read aloud if it's in a part of the test that can't be read aloud. Click on the X to make that go away. If the box is around a word in the question, Often that will be able to be read aloud, and you can hear it by clicking on that. But the information given will help you better understand the meanings of those words, so please be sure and use that feature. If you notice that the icon in the upper right of the passage has the Speak Passage button, you can click on that to hear the directions read aloud, and you can also hear the little blurb before the passage read aloud. This could definitely help you in your understanding of the passage, so make use of these features. So that's it for this part of your assignment. Now that you've seen some of the features, you're going to access your Canvas assignment and get to practice with the Cambium system yourself. Thank you for watching, and good luck on your STAAR or EOC test.